We have a brand new born baby. Little tiny girl was born late last night. And she is a long coat chocolate. Her mom is Raina, my beautiful black and tan tricolor. Now the puppy was kind of stuck in the birth canal for quite a while. I was able to help mom get it out, but it was definitely kind of stressed and has been struggling to eat. So I'm working to try and assist on eating. And I thought, what a fun video. So one of the things you want to do with the newborn puppy is you want to make sure that it has suction. See how she is actually trying to draw my finger into her mouth. That's a good sign. She's rooting. I can tell that when my finger does get in her mouth that she does actually have good suction, which means that she does not have a cleft palate. If she had a cleft palate or a hole in the roof of her mouth, she would not be able to suck at all. You want the baby to be able to draw the nipple in her mouth. So once we've established that she can do it, the trick is trying to get her on to the nipple if she's struggling with that. So what I do, some mamas are more cooperative than other mamas. Raina tries to curl up in a ball, which is very common, and then it's hard to reach her nipples. But if I can kind of spread her out, then what I do is I pinch together mama's nipple, because that makes it smaller and easier for the baby to draw into its mouth. Then I put the baby's mouth right on top of the nipple and hold her there until she's able to draw it in. And if she does actually have good suction, then technically I should be able to let go of the back of the puppy's head and she should be able to stay on it. But I do continue holding, pinching the mama's nipple, because that helps it to be more, you know, the shape of the baby's mouth. Stay, Raina. Now, one thing that I have observed over the years, especially as a puppy is, you know, very first born and maybe for the first day or two, one of the ways that you can tell fairly easily if it's thriving or not is how much it kneads. So needs with a K, the way that people used to make bread, and they would knead their bread together, sort of like the way a kitten does. So they use their front paws like this to basically push on either side of the milk glands to help to let the milk drop down. So if a puppy gets on a nipple and it right away puts its little paws up and starts kneading, then that's a very, very good sign that it's strong, that it's actually successfully suckling. I've a lot of times seen puppies that are so weak that even when I do kind of get them onto the nipple, they just sort of lay there limply. They're moving their mouth around, but their feet aren't really participating. That is usually not a very good sign, and those sorts of puppies usually need much more assistance eating than those that are strong enough to knead on their own. This particular puppy is trying to knead a little bit, but she's still not great at it. Her right little paw just went up, but it's kind of bent forward. She's not really getting it quite yet. I'm hoping within the next day or so she'll get it on her own. It's kind of when you have a new litter of puppies, if there's one that's not eating well, it's sort of a full-time job to try and get it past those first few days where it can eat on its own. they can't go very many hours without eating. So even all through the night, you have to be willing to set an alarm and get up every, 2 to 3 hours to get it to eat for a good hour. This puppy has a lot of milk on its mouth. I'm actually not sure if it's swallowing anything, but I'm looking at her belly. She does look like she's got a fat belly, which she would only have gotten if she did swallow a lot of milk. So I'm going to do the suction test again just to make sure she is actually drawing the milk back into her back of her throat. Come on, baby. The mama constantly wants to lick them. It's kind of gross, but that's what stimulates them to go to the bathroom. And if you ever have some litters of puppies that something happens to the mom and she's, dies or she's unable to care for them, you actually have to stimulate them so that they will go to the bathroom. You have to take a paper towel or something and just kind of wipe them. Okay, baby, let's do the suction test. She says, I am not hungry. Oh, Reina, you have a very beautiful baby. She's not interested right now, but it could be that she's real full. So rather than keep trying, I probably will just give her a rest for a couple of hours and then try again in about 2 hours. Sometimes they just get full and then they need to just sleep for a while they process all their food. Look at those perfect little feet. Is it your baby, Reina? You got a beautiful baby. Yes, beautiful baby.